Yeah, Tyler, don't say
There
anything
was
to get
no
us all
sound.
like
There was no sound.
delisted or whatever.
Yeah, I know. It only happened once.
I want my YouTube channel to exist. Please don't destroy it.
Happened once, and Wick
It's
has already
fine. You can say
forgiven me.
whatever on YouTube.
Yeah, they're all bigots there.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, that's the platform I want to be on. That and Kick.
Oh,
One with all the
You can do anything on
wherever the
Kick, man.
racists are. That's where I can be found.
Oh, Rumble. You got to start streaming a Rumble. You guys streaming a Rumble?
Oh wait, yeah, the Rob North special.
You don't want to be on Blue Sky?
I thought about doing the
Well, I
Rumble
am on Blue
thing, but there's just like zero money in it.
Blue Sky's too liberal for me.
Did you watch last night, Tracy?
What?
Did you watch last night?
Did I watch last night? No, I'm sorry. I was watching. I don't have a good excuse. I was watching Harry Potter with my wife.
That's a pretty fucking good excuse to me.
Oh, okay. Well then, thanks.
You mean worse Star Wars?
I love transphobia. She's my queen.
Bro, there's like those movies are.
Hey,
I don't know why,
the,
but those movies lose color over time.
Thanks for the bits, Text Edgy. Appreciate it. Woo!
It's supposed to be like that because it's getting doomier and gloomier.
I know, but it's ugly as fuck. I hate it.
Growing up with that series, though, like as those movies came out and became that, it was really cool to experience firsthand. Yeah.
You remember when that one guy like drove past the Barnes and Noble and he had gotten an early copy of like Half-Blood Prince and like, screamed that Snape killed Dumbledore?
I still meme that to this day.
That's funny.
Hello.
Howdy. Oh, Gibbs, guess what I'm building? Guess what I have? Ooh, that looks like a Grey Knight's baby carrier.
Nice. Yeah, I'm working on my Void Dragon right now. I've got him like halfway glued together.
Oh, good luck with that.
Katya, we were just talking about how ironic it was.
I've
that
been
the
taking
women
it in like little increments daily on that one. That's the way to do it for sure.
How ironic is it that the women are late?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't late. I got here at 8:30. That's called on time.
That's true.
15 minutes is on time.
Yeah,
10 minutes early is on time.
Pentuple, Pentuple, you're still not here. We got a blue screen, so.
Yeah, Pentuple doesn't count.
Oh,
Pentuple's
my bad.
an imaginary person.
He doesn't know how to do OBS. You have to teach him too. He taught me last week.
I'm here.
Well, he's still not using the virtual.
I'm still waiting on at least one more person here before we kick this off.
Yeah, the smart one.
Oh yeah, this
I expect this to get very heated tonight.
That. We've had one interaction, and I'm pretty sure they hate me off of it if they remember it. So this will be interesting.
Who, the dum-dum? The one that's still coming?
No, y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. I got surprises. Surprises all around. Buckaroo's not surprised, but she's here.
I haven't
still waiting on
Buckaroo anything for a hot minute, but hey.
Yeah, she did a good panel the other night with that
Really?
went on for like 6 hours.
Was that the Palestine thing, or was it something else?
No, it was the men's one with the self-appointed incel people.
Ooh.
Oh man, ain't they the coolest?
Look, I think the Gazans need to put the PAL back in Palestine, and be a little friendlier.
I want to put the Ga back in Gaza and put a Ma right before that.
Brother.
There we go. Look, I got my belt buckle.
And
I got my cowboy boots.
Nice.
I got my cowboy hat. God bless America.
Yeah, amen.
Passport bros are
The
wrong.
fuck won't this stick?
Yeehaw.
There we go.
Now I want my cowboy hat.
You're choosing women without freedom? Okay.
I have fidget toys because I have autism.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm spamming your fucking chat. I can't even use shared chat because I'm banned in Pentuple's chat.
Damn. That's because you're a dirty liberal, probably.
Pentuple,
They literally
no dirty
You're not
liberals
allowed
allowed in
freedom of
Pentuple
speech,
chat.
that's why.
I haven't checked, but I wonder if
I said two fucking things.
Did
None
you
of them
say
were
inappropriate?
They weren't inappropriate at all. I didn't know. All I said, I can pull up the screenshots. Okay, listen. All I said, Pentuple. By the way, if anyone knows, I don't know Sadie. I don't know Sadie is Pentuple's girlfriend or sister. I really do not know.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
who is this Sadie chick who is like all over your ass on Twitter too? She's annoying.
No, well,
that's just me as my alt.
Yeah, they actually.
Okay, that makes sense. Actually,
he actually has DID. Where he's got like multiple personalities or whatever.
No, that makes sense.
He dresses up sometimes.
Does it?
I mean, it makes as much sense.
Well, he was cross-dressing on stream, and I was banned in chat for saying yes, he did to Sadie. But
I invited the 4 people that I have.
Yeah. So you gotta fix that, Pentuple, so we can get him in the shared chat.
I just learned about something.
Hey, you gotta unmute him so we can get him in the shared.
Oh, I got
You're so patriotic.
What did you learn about?
Yeah. She inspired me to get my cowboy hat, or one of my mini cowboy hats. I'm not putting boots on though.
Although I might take off the boots because they are really hot.
Yeah, well, see, I have the opposite problem here because it is.
I got like the cheaper version.
It is cold and wet outside, and I don't know if you know what leather does when it's cold and wet, but not good things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a big boy. We don't want
any
of those things.
I got these when I was in Texas.
Yeah, the greatest country in the world.
I got the buckle, the hat, and the boots.
Did you go to like Fiesta, or did you go like a Cavender's, or what'd you do then?
I went to Justin's.
Yeah, there you go. Cavender's is solid. But I tell you what, I like to go to the what do they call them? The La Discotecas. You know, where they sell all the boots for the discotheque. That's the way to do it. But
although my hat is slightly too big because I had a sunburn when I got it, so I couldn't put it on as tight as it needs to be.
All right, we have one other person that's going to join us, but we'll just wait for them to be a surprise. We'll go ahead and start. Let me just make sure all my Twitch and everything is good. I think it is. All right. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Give Me a Break. We are here to discuss on this fantastic Valentine's Day Eve edition. What's wrong with America? Are the passport bros right? We got a couple passport bros. We got a couple normies and a couple women here today to yell at each other and decide if Western women have soured or not. So to start this off, we'll start off with one of the passport bros, Average Debate Enjoyer.
Oh, sorry, I was still trying to get the group set up. I mean, there's a lot of talk about here on this particular subject, but a lot of it is like I go to more of the competitive markets to think about it like an economic equation where we're doing free trade, but with women. And the
that was where I was gonna go.
I already know tonight's gonna be fucking started.
So,
it's gonna be great.
I'm trying to be serious. We're doing free trade with women. So what we're doing is looking at qualities and cultures and more than just limiting ourselves to this small pool of ratchet hoes in the United States that are single past 30. You know, because nobody wants to date a single mom with 2 kids that sleeps on a mattress and has stains on her fucking floor. So we're, as kings, we are going out, we're spreading our roots, and we're going to find what's best for us and our family. And I celebrate, even if my fellow kings here don't appreciate this view, I still respect it because you're a king and you can do whatever the hell you please. I love you. And for the broads or whatever, do we even need to hear from them?
Wonderful. This is off to
No, we don't. Sorry.
Fantastic. This is off to a wonderful start. Let's go to Buckaroo.
Yeah, I think passport bros seek out women from other countries because they've convinced themselves that women from other countries are going to be somehow easier to exploit. Okay, they want a subservient woman, which, big surprise, women everywhere have opinions and they can voice them anywhere. I think it's anti-American to seek out women from other countries just because you can't find a woman here that's willing to put up with your bullshit. Also, freedom of speech is good.
Fantastic.
Damn.
Let's go to non-fun.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
We all know, okay, I'm a globalist. Some might consider me a globalist, okay? I see no reason why we need to tariff the woman from other countries, okay? I think it's fine for men, you know, if even if they want a woman who is foreign because they believe they're more traditional. If you want to have a trad wife and they want to be a trad wife, fuck it, go for it, whatever. Obviously, like there were some issues with there's some criminal behavior, but like there's been Americans that have been murdered trying to do like some sex tourism shit. There are issues with potentially, you know, consent issues if you're going to these places and you're a lot richer than these third world country women if they're in a especially desperate position. So there are potential issues. I see no intrinsic problem with going to other countries to try to hook with them, but be careful and don't exploit people.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Pentuple. You're muted. Nobody can hear you.
I'm on a stream and I can't
Well
hear him.
said.
Yeah, that's. Once again, still nobody can hear you.
One.
Nobody can hear you, but double.
There we go. My bad. I was muted.
That was fantastic.
All right, so what we're really talking about here is this is an indictment of Western women. So on behalf of Western men, we're going to ask you here tonight, please stop the they them stuff, stop the fat positivity stuff, stop the microbangs haircuts. That's the big one. These are the reasons that this discussion is even being had tonight. This is really, it's just an indictment of Western women. That's obviously the conversation. So if we could just meet in the middle and eliminate those three things, I think that this conversation would be solved.
Can I add something to my opening?
You want to?
No, how is that allowed?
I'd like to hear
the academic rigor of this debate needs to be practiced.
I would just like to hereby indict Western men for being pussy ass bitches.
Yeah.
How dare you?
And hate.
No. No, this is about passport bros.
Hold on.
This is about us going to get girls. This isn't about.
We'll come back to this. Let's go to another woman on the panel here. I'm sure she's got her own opinions. Do you also want to indict men, Katya?
Do it.
I'm gonna indict non-fun. Let me just address this by saying, yeah, I'm a bit overweight. I'm trying to lose weight. My pronouns are she, they, and it, so I'm sorry. But what I'm gonna say about this shit is
Don't apologize. It's their fault.
Hey,
Who's that?
I'm gonna agree that shit's a market out there. Okay, you know what? I may be a socialist, but I'm a market socialist. So I agree.
So
that, you know what? Okay.
Let her
God
talk.
bless. I'm gonna say that basically, like, you have to be offering something that somebody else is gonna want. Okay. We're in a loneliness epidemic, and if a dude wants a woman who is dependent on him instead of, raising his personal standards to meet somebody who might not necessarily need him, then he can do the following. He can lower his standards or shut the fuck up, and or, talk to people in another country, because obviously if people want to immigrate here, you have another thing to offer, which is the ability to immigrate here under a, visa where you're with an American. And if that's the case, I mean, that's your way of creating more value in the market that you don't already have naturally. I mean, same thing with dudes that have a lot of fucking money, okay? Like, chicks that wouldn't be with them if they didn't have money would be with them. Same thing if they were American and they want to immigrate here. Chicks in other countries who wouldn't otherwise want to be with them would be with them because they're here. So as long as everybody's open about what they want and what their goals are and what their intentions are and what they expect, have at it, bros. I don't know what to tell you. Just don't be dicks out there. Don't hide what you're trying to do.
All right, JC, and then we'll come to Modi here at the end here. JC?
Well, I'm married, so I'm glad I don't have to deal with any of this shit, because this sounds stressful as hell, y'all.
Where's your wife?
In all seriousness, I don't really see an issue with traveling to other countries to meet women, so long as you're not doing it to, like, skirt a law, like certain countries that might have more lax restrictions around underage garbage. I do think that the weird, politicization of the only reason that people could be wanting to do this is because Western men and or women have somehow failed is cringe and needs to be discarded immediately. I don't see why this needs to be, like everything, a dumb political issue. And basically I'm just going to be sitting back and listening to, I don't know. This panel stresses me out, and I kind of wish that I had called in sick.
Pobrecito, it's okay. Don't let the mean passport bros make you sick, JC. Because right now we also have a reverse passport bro. We have a man trying to get passported to the U.S. right here. Our very own Modi 201.
Oh
yeah. All right. Not sure what this show's about, but Gibb said there's going to be talks about sexy women. So I'm here to talk about I want a fine American woman 6'3" or above, because I want Amazonian kids, okay? And if people don't want people coming to their country,
Bro wants Angel Reese.
Let me tell you, I'm actually gonna up the genetics of your country, okay? Because when a British
you sound British. How is that possible?
I'm not British. I'm
Wait.
American, quite frankly.
Not better.
Let me tell you, if you cut me open, put me on the
Where?
table, I bleed red, white, and blue. Okay, let me tell you, with all these aim on the inside, I deserve to be American. You can't take this away from me.
Jesus.
Do you have
okay,
money?
you know what? I take it back. He's a fucking American. If he's that fucking
Does he have money?
Yeah, if you're that entitled, come on.
Yeah.
Find this man a nice
You're
American
welcome.
woman.
Those
We
pants
can
do
get rid of
save
that
money.
accent.
Those pants save money
Never
right
mind
there.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately for him, and along with being married, I'm also 5'11" and not over 6'3", so it sucks to be me, I guess. Darn.
Yeah, I'm
Hey, you don't have the
5'5".
microbangs, so that's good.
That's beautiful.
At
Yeah,
one
my
point.
forehead is way too short for the microbang. That's
So-
to cover your forehead.
my
Why would
Hey,
I do
I've
that?
seen like
My
two
eyes
girls
look
in the
like
history
a
of
what the fuck?
womankind rock
Are we
microbangs.
done with intros? Because I
Yeah.
want to stand up for like progressivism against this hyper conservative
Sure, yeah.
narrative that
Yeah.
women from other nations are these dumb automatons that have no agency. They're poor gold diggers that are just trying to
Damn.
cling on to their American green card. It's
Did anybody say
disgusting.
that?
And yes, I did hear that. It's disgusting, and I can see how much the women on
Really?
this panel
Who did you hear it
actually
from?
hate women. And what we see here
Facts.
tends to be the lowest
no,
form
he
of
didn't.
competition amongst
Feminism.
women, where it's crabs in a barrel. Instead
No.
of propping yourself up and making yourself a better candidate, you drag other more viable women down because you're jealous and
Who is
petty.
he arguing against?
You
Does
are
anybody
a
know?
collector, and it's
I think
disgusting.
Katya.
It disgusts
Sorry,
me
did anybody
also.
say any of that?
I think
Yes.
Katya was like, "Oh, you're going to them because you can't riz up American girls."
Hold on. What did you, all right.
That's
what,
I
why.
don't think
all
he's
right, go ahead,
arguing
Bucker.
because he's arguing with someone who ain't even here.
No, he's arguing with Katya because Katya was saying like, "Oh, you're going to them
Shadowboxing.
because the American
Really?
girls
Did
who
she
have a
say?
brain know
Did you say
better."
that?
No, I didn't say that.
You
I
said
said
that.
that the dudes
Well, let
who
me ask you-
erroneously believe that the dudes who erroneously believe that the idea of like, oh, women in other countries are, they'll be dependent on me. That's like some passport bros who believe they'll be dependent on me. Oh, they won't be able to leave. Oh, they won't have a work visa, they won't have their own money, they won't be able to do this. If that's
Can I
what you
clarify?
want, you
Well,
can
hold
either do that shit under your own pretenses, or you can
Can I,
fuck off.
Yeah.
I was
Just
addressing
hold on,
to
average
anyone
debate joiner. Just hold on 1 second.
at all.
1 second here. We have actually a
Oh, so
foreigner
you're
who can,
addressing to people that aren't here.
hold on. We have a foreigner who can speak for all foreigners. Modi here is a product of the very fantastic UK education system. Can you tell us the difference between a continent and a condiment?
Huh? Say again?
Yeah, I rest my case. Clearly, foreigners are less
Yeah, you are
educated.
clearly the person of the American fucking order where you definitely know what a condiment is. Fat.
Yeah, he's right.
Ouch.
All right, just so like I said,
Never
They
mind.
don't
We're
know.
not letting you in. Passport denied.
Let me tell you, brother, I could sneak in that country, and I've done
You
it
have to
many
gain
times.
30 pounds to get into the US.
Sneaking into this country while white is not that
Well,
much
so
of
does
an
he.
achievement.
Honestly, I wouldn't let you into
You
our
gotta
country.
be.
You
You gotta have a
look
little
like
bit
threat
of
to the whole
brown to
nation,
that
to be
skin.
honest.
That's where you get the real
JC,
difficulty.
are you sure you look kind of like Destiny, bro? Are you sure you're not his auto account?
What the fuck? Yeah, who is this
He
guy?
doesn't even know.
Big load allegations already. Let's go,
Again,
JC. We did
He
it.
doesn't even know you, and it's
Yeah.
happening. It's happening, bro. What's happening here?
Please.
Let's go.
You gotta circumvent. No, you comparing
tell you,
people to
Destiny. You
Destiny.
dated Melina.
Does this
and
mean
she
I
was an
have
immigrant.
to start sending porn to people?
I hope
Anybody
not.
want some nudes?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm out.
Just
I'm
count
out.
Destiny.
I've got a statement real quick. So, who here likes the NBA? Does anyone like sports here? I know it's hard.
Who likes the
Anyone like
W?
Hell yeah,
That's
NBA. Let's
crazy,
go,
but the
Luka.
NBA.
none of you guys like
Luka.
sports.
Fire, Nico.
You got to thank your stars that are people from other countries come to your country. Because look at Luka.
Facts.
He's a
Luka
fucking
Doncic,
star.
baby.
Without us,
Hell yeah.
and then all these other countries, you ain't got no LeBron James.
Nikola
You ain't got no
Jokic.
Michael
Hell yeah.
Jordan. You ain't got
Who's
no
Michael
hey,
Jordan?
That's what I'm saying, boys. Hey, you want some good sports? Then you got to have some good people, and that's us.
We got Shohei
Let me be in country
Ohtani.
now.
I mean,
Sorry.
a true American would have referred to the great American pastime of baseball and all of the players that we get from South
True.
America.
Who gives a
Baseball.
fuck about baseball?
Clearly, once
Wait,
again,
wait,
you've
wait.
demonstrated
Who
your
gives a fuck
inability.
about
Oh, let's
baseball?
reframe this.
Wait.
He brings up. Hold on.
country.
Modi actually touched on
Tom
an interesting-
Brady.
Hold on.
Baseball.
Hold on.
Ohtani.
Let me reframe this. Here. Modi here actually brings up.
Notice how they came to talk about women and they decided to spend all their time talking about other men. These are the men who think they have to
We're
leave the
talking
country need to go find women that want them. Just to be clear.
By the way, if you're gonna compare JC to anybody else, don't be like like a basic bitch and say Destiny. Like you know what? Just say President
Dahmer?
Sunday. Like if he
Okay, wait.
you are the love child of President Sunday and what if Altist?
Okay, all right. Let me reframe this. Modi actually touched on a good point here.
I'd rather be Destiny.
So with the leftists here, most of y'all, right? Y'all are generally pretty pro-immigration. How come y'all switch sides when it's the passport bros wanting to find a wife?
Switch sides. I just said tell them what you're about.
Oh, what is that?
Pussy.
I nodded when she said that.
I defended most of the passport bros. I mean,
High key, if I was an American and I had women like you in my country, I would want to date out too. You guys suck. How about that? I'm just joshing around. Just fucking with you. Y'all don't even like sports, bro. You guys suck.
Look, even women in Europe have microbangs. Can we just focus on the real issues?
Who does anybody even here? Does anybody even here have
microbangs? France is the biggest one.
I don't even know what
microbangs offender.
I don't even know what microbangs are. What
I used to have.
You know what they are, Gibbs.
Go down to here.
You know what they are, Gibbs.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. Yeah.
So every now and
there's
then,
like 2 women ever who have looked good in it.
Every now and then, there's like
microbangs.
You'll get like a black chick that has like kind of like almost
she gotta be black
to her forehead because it's a particular hairstyle with Southern black women, and that looks good sometimes.
Whoa, wait! Black women? I don't picture a black woman.
That look
well,
good.
You have to have a specific size forehead for it to work.
Yeah.
If your
I picture that 6'3" French woman you were talking about earlier.
Have you never seen any goth women, bro? All them hoes look good with micro bags.
Yo, some girls can pull it off. I'm not gonna say nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody.
Bro, micro bangs are kind of cute with a huge honkers that you don't have to look at them.
All right,
you know what I mean?
Passport bro revoked.
I took this a little bit serious and just looked at some dating information.
Oh my god! Tyler brought stats to the
little bit serious.
Tyler brought stats to the passport bro debate. Oh my god!
I did listen to a bit as well. I did listen to a bit as well, and I saw there's like.
All right, let's hear the stats. I'm ready for the stats.
Number one dating app preference for American men of all racial demographics is Asian women. And if you look at several Asian countries, the number one demographic that they try to date is white men. It's just who they find the most attractive.
That's how we're talking about, baby.
I think this match is made in heaven, and my Filipino fiance is just proof.
Whoa.
Yeah, Filipina.
Let's go, W Filipino. That's a real man right there.
Sounds like a comparative advantage to me. That sounds bad.
And Amazon return policy, fantastic.
Let me tell you, open the borders, but only to Asians. I'm in.
Oh my god! Wait! What is the UK's border policy?
What the fuck?
What is the British border policy right now?
I didn't even know we had a border, quite frankly.
Oh my god! I know what you like, this guy Gibbs.
Let me tell you, if they're women, let them in. That's all I'll say. What damage could they do?
What if they?
I actually agree.
The only thing they're damaging are bank accounts, okay?
Just drone strike the men and the children, not the women.
I forgot that they don't got guns in the UK.
You know, women can control drones.
Losers.
Just to be clear, it's just like a little beep 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 beep.
You're looking at a revolver.
Anybody can control a drone, man or woman. Just ask Kamala.
I can't ask Kamala because she's not president.
Is a dishwasher
where is
considered
she?
a drone?
She's like dead. Oh my gosh!
She gave a speech.
I'm not president.
What do you think Kamala's doing right now?
That's the new policy.
Historically, women are known for droning on. That's your chat.
I don't get it.
Man, that's not a drone. That's a blender.
How many people here would do 90 Day Fiance?
I'm in the middle of that right now.
Really?
Well, I mean, not actually 90 Day Fiance.
Like, is this like if you were hypothetically single?
Yeah, if you were hypothetically single, would you do 90 Day Fiance?
I guess hypothetically, if I was single.
Okay, hypothetically, right? If let's say Megan Fox was actually South African.
Nah, she's an
American man. Would you do 90 Day Fiance? And every single person here would say yes if they're a man. And if you're not, you're a liar or you're gay.
What?
Megan Fox abuses her children.
Which means you are all not passport bros, because if the right woman came along, you would all drop your pants.
Yeah,
Mila Kunis should have been the word used.
Oh, but hey, you are a passport bro until it doesn't appease you no more. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
do 90 Day Fiance.
dumbfounded.
You have to do like
I
a
don't even know how
fiance.
That's true. Everyone's door is open until it's closed, right? Until like you're locked down, you're open to.
Wait,
if you're single on this panel, there's a non-zero chance you end up with a foreigner.
Wait,
not to scare you.
Is there a single person who actually is a passport bro, like who does not want women coming to their country, who are like other?
Who does not?
Wait, hold on.
Who's bringing?
We mean too close to the sun. We don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Well, hold on. He's actually.
I'm marrying a German, but that's just coincidental.
Just coincidental.
Went to school here.
Well, hold on. Is it coincidental? Is it coincidental, or is there?
Yeah, because I didn't go to Germany or look for like a German. She was just a student at the college I went to.
Yeah, same. It just happened to be on a dating app because the
internet. Not really passport bros.
Yeah, the internet like closes the gap between human beings. Passport bro is kind of an outdated term.
Okay. I would be a passport bro if I was like 45 and still freaking out about this shit. Be like, all right.
Hold on.
Like specific. I thought passport bro was specifically like you travel to another country to seek out women of a different like race or ethnicity.
Or online you seek out somebody of a different ethnicity to bring them here.
I didn't think it was just meeting someone of a different race.
Apparently there's like a newly developing issue of men specifically going to Warsaw seeking out women in Poland.
I don't know.
Which is like a developing issue. It's a developing passport bro issue.
Well, there's a reason for that. Other than the war, you know what the reason is, right? Other than the war, Ukraine is ranked like most beautiful women worldwide, like every year when it comes out.
I'm just saying it's not just about race and ethnicity. It's like specifically just countries that are different, and I wouldn't be surprised if a part of it was just countries where your money is worth more and where you think women have more traditional values and maybe more subservient.
Well, so what's wrong with that?
Well, so hold on,
what's wrong?
This is like abandoning your whole life in the West.
Hold on, I want to move it somewhere. Non-Fawn just brought up something interesting, right? He says, so they're marrying Ukrainian refugees, right? And then earlier someone brought up, I don't know who it was, brought up like the power like differential between, you might have way more money than like say, I don't know, somebody in the islands in the Pacific, right? Like, is this like a bad thing? Is this necessarily a bad thing that these people are going to these refugee camps or these like these people that have had to move or go to these islands and they have like the money difference? Is that necessarily a bad thing, or is it
necessarily a bad thing? But I could imagine a case where a woman is in such a desperate situation where like consent.
I think it's a problem if they're being brought here.
Well,
if they're being brought here, it's a big problem, right? Because if we're talking about somebody who's being brought here where they're going to lose their immigration status and get deported if they break up, or, people who come in here on, like, for example, fiancé visas and they don't have a work permit, so they can't work. These people are in a situation where they could absolutely be took advantage of. Now, if people come into this, like, voluntary relationship knowing that this is a potential possibility, right? Then, I mean, they're adults. There's nothing I could do. But obviously, like, people have an issue with being deceptive. And if people are being deceptive, then I'll say it's morally wrong. But I'd say that's where the biggest problem is people who get brought to the U.S., right? Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's go to Buckaroo. She was trying to say something.
I just think it's suspicious if people are seeking out women who are, like, economically considerably unequal to them. It's one thing if you're seeking out a woman and there is income inequality in the relationship. I think it's a completely different thing if you're actively seeking out demographics of women that partially because of the economic equality.
What if you just prefer living in a more traditional lifestyle?
What about the agency of the women?
Romeo can't be with Juliet.
Well, actually,
if you did not hear the argument I made.
Oh my God!
Didn't hear the argument I made.
Yeah, no, I did. I'm asking you what's wrong with that. I'm asking you what's wrong with that. You said you're suspicious.
You asked me a question that doesn't fulfill the parameters that I just established with my statement. It is suspicious if you are seeking out women specifically for the income inequality.
Well, can I ask a question just for clarity? How is that any different than, say, like, I don't know, a gold digger? Like, isn't that the same thing but reverse?
I think it's basically, but that I do think there's something wrong with being a gold digger morally. I think that's also not a respectable behavior to partake in. I think it's wrong to be seeking out somebody just for the inequality of your bank accounts. I think that's wrong. Either side. I think that's why I say I think it's suspicious when you're seeking out women specifically because of the income inequality. Because at least from my perspective, it seems like there's some sort of benefit to having some sort of economic leverage.
Yeah, just be lonely. So these lonely old men are actually.
You think you have to be lonely to not actively seek out
Yeah, just
women?
no. Just be lonely. Don't use your advantages here.
Those are your two options.
Even though most women, even though most women go after financially secure men as like a staple, it's okay when women do it. But if guys consider it, no, these men are the victims.
Did you not just hear me say I think it's wrong to be a gold digger?
They are predatory upon these poor kings that need somebody
to speak up for. Did you not just hear me say I think it's wrong to be a gold digger?
I am speaking for my kings right now.
As if you didn't hear the words that just came out of my mouth.
Hold on.
All
right. Like somebody who's like
feed her.
Hold on. All right.
This guy's fucking annoying.
Modi, did you you raised your hand there? Say something. Did you want to say? Oh, he's deaf. And of course, right when I would go to. Yeah, okay, go ahead, Pentemple. You were laughing, and he's. What are your thoughts there,
dude? I'm having a great time. You guys are all making fantastic arguments. This is like the most. This is a great debate. I just think people can do whatever they want, right? I mean, like, what is gold digging if not just going for someone who can offer you more? Isn't that always a good thing to be able to offer a woman more? I don't know. Like, how do you define gold digger?
Right, exactly.
Like
That's what I was
actually
going to
say.
I feel like as long as you disclose what you're looking for and what your expectations are, if you're a gold digger, if you're looking for somebody who's not in an economic status that you are, then I mean, as long as you are open about it. The problem is deception. Don't deceive nobody. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's go to Modi now that you're undeafened here. Go ahead. Did you have thoughts here? You raise your hand.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, could you just so I know exactly what I'm answering? Quickly just reiterate.
Gold digging versus is it any different really than say like these guys picking up these girls that are broke in the South Asian Sea?
Not really, bro. I mean, listen, if I wanted to date a woman for her money, I wouldn't have to tell her that because eventually I might fall in love with her because of her money. You know what I mean? Maybe money is actually a personality trait that I am really attracted to. Like, would I go up to a woman and say, what is your type? Maybe some women don't want to say they don't like short guys because they don't want to be perceived as mean. Maybe I don't want to be perceived as broke because I like women who have money. Okay? So at the end of the day, gold digging is, if you're good at it, it's not gold digging. It's just called being, good at your craft, being a good social person. Yeah, you have money and I deserve it because you are so stupid with that money and you gave it to me. So essentially, gold digging deception is fine because if the person that you are deceiving cannot accept the fact that you are deceiving them,
natural market force.
Listen, bro, if you cannot see,
it's just the game, baby.
Money in the world, right?
Gold digging is a natural transitory force of the market.
Let me finish my speech here, Destiny. Okay, listen. At the end of the day, you sit here, right, and you got all this money, you've got all this smarts, you're a lawyer, you're a businessman, wherever you are, right? You got all this money, and you cannot see that a person is deceiving you. Then you deserve to lose that money to someone like me who is willing to risk it all, and that's it. That's
is your last name Biden?
Believe me, I'm just biding my time to fuck your women.
Buckaroo, you seem to object to some of that before we went to voting. What were you saying? What were your thoughts?
I don't remember.
Okay.
If she loves him, is she a gold digger?
This is the best.
Is she only a gold digger if she doesn't love him?
I already said I just think it's wrong to seek out people specifically because you're motivated by income inequality.
Cool. Don't you kind of do that when you avoid people who are broke?
If you see it, no. If you heard what I said, it's seeking out people because of the income inequality. If you don't understand what I mean by that, I can rephrase it.
Yeah, I think everybody here agrees that.
No, what I'm saying is that go the other way down into the very poor. Like if you're avoiding the poor, you're preferring people who are in the middle class over people who are in poverty.
Did I say that you shouldn't see?
No, that's why I'm asking you to clarify. I don't know why it's like, what do you want, like a point or something?
One at a time.
No, that's my point. My whole position is that sentence. No, you don't have to avoid poor people. No, you don't have to avoid rich people. No, you don't have to avoid living somewhere that you enjoy living just because your money is worth more there. No, you can't. You can't just stop being rich because you're seeking out women who aren't rich. I don't know how else to say. My whole position on that point has been stated repeatedly. Y'all are dumb if you can't grasp that.
So does anybody else? Wait. Does anybody else kind of vaguely remember Buckaroo saying in her intro that like they do this to seek out women of like that are like more submissive or more traditional or whatever? And now it seems like we're gonna hold on a second because that position is kind of hard to defend. So we're gonna go to the one where it's economic inequality.
That's you misremembering what I said.
Okay.
Well, don't you think that people? Sorry, go ahead.
We're going to continue. Then we're going to move. Go ahead.
Don't you think that some people, I mean, especially passport bros, a lot of the people who self-identify as passport bros, right, are using their economic status that is advanced over these women to obtain, right, a woman who is going to be subservient to them. Now, if that's something that somebody wants, it sucks that the majority of them are going to be unethical about it and are not going to be, you know, taking this as like kind of like a voluntary relationship, and I'm going to be like, no, I love you. This is just my values. It's okay. It doesn't have anything to do with money, blah, 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 even though it does. But yeah, that's what a lot of the actual passport bros think. I think you're not a passport bro if you just meet another person who tends to be in another country, or you know, you meet somebody at your college and they're in Germany. Like, that's not really a passport bro, because you're not seeking this out for some perceived advantage that you feel like you can't get in the United States.
Look, I think that there's a little bit of an element to this in all guys. Oh, sorry.
Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go to Bodie and we'll go to you.
I was just gonna ask about is it Big Papa? Like, have you ever dated someone who is like lower income than you?
Yeah.
Predator.
I feel like it's a bit hypocritical that you're saying all that.
No, this is stupid. That's not
Please don't.
Guys, wait a minute. You will trigger the fuck out of her and she'll start ranting again. She was saying if you target someone if she has specifically dated someone poorer than her, that's what she doesn't like. Except that's not what she doesn't like. She already retreated from the earlier position. But please, for the love of fucking God, do not make dumb, stupid statements about her position, or she'll rant for another 5 minutes and we'll never.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay, JC. Well, she's perfectly.
JC.
Go ahead and ask me that question.
Maybe I want to.
You guys are right. I am totally right.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
No, hold on. Listen. I will moderate, JC. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Go ahead, Buckaroo. Answer.
I didn't ask you that question, JC.
Yeah, go ahead. You feel free to answer, Buckaroo.
No.
What I said earlier, if you remember correctly, what I said was that passport bros sometimes seek out women in other countries, especially in Southeast Asian countries, because they believe the women wrongfully to be submissive. Not because I think they are, but because there are a lot of passport bros who admit to seek out women from these countries because they believe them to be submissive.
Okay, just let's clear that up there real quick.
Tyler, go ahead.
I got a few things. I want to kind of drop the meme for a minute. We've been having a lot of fun, but I want to say this is kind of unrealistic for most dudes, in that it's not that they can't get women in the United States or that they're seeking out economically deprived women. It's more that they could probably pull any slag or slam hog in the United States. It's a 6 any day. Like, you know, there's young guys that have some like anxiety issues or whatnot, but for the most part, dudes, you know, they can rope in one of those dumb bras with ease. The fact is, when you go somewhere where there's a low supply and a high demand for men, like a war-torn country right outside Ukraine, you can get yourself a nice 9, and she's gonna have cooking and cleaning skills leveled up too. So, like, you really get your pick of the litter. It's not about the fact that you can't get it. It's the fact that you can upgrade, like, so easily for less, you know? It's like smart shopping. Are you going to go to Aldi's, or are you going to go to fucking Costco and spend half for double? Come on, let's be smart here.
I mean, I guess my problem is that
you know.
Depends on how many people you're trying to feed, I guess.
One at a time.
But on top of that, I just take issue with the idea of like addressing any of this like a market, as if they aren't individuals at the end of the day. So like you can't just assume you're going to find some woman in another country who's going to like you. You can't just assume that because because you're big ticket, you're like walking in and they're all going to fall at your knees. You know, they're still human beings at the end of the day, which is a part of my complaint about passport bros across the board.
Yeah.
But it's not just income disparities; it's also height disparities. You can go to some countries and we're like way taller. That's like also.
I want to challenge.
You're not getting your 6'3" goddess in America.
Hold on, let me challenge.
Hold on. One at a time.
I want to challenge this financial thing real quick, because in the United States, I know a lot of women base their decision of what man they're going to marry based on his financial situation, financial stability, making sure he has good income, a house, equity, things like that. Guys that don't have their shit together financially, don't have savings in the bank, etc., usually get married much less often, and they're generally less attractive to women. I don't think it's bad to look for somebody who's in a good economic bracket because they make good decisions. It's usually a good indicator that they make good decisions in their life. And I'm with you on dating down, seeking poor people. Poor people disgust me, and I would never date one under any circumstances. So I'm 100% with you.
Okay, that's interesting.
You already know my position.
Let me just change this a little bit. All right, so
what did he say?
Yeah, so okay, poor people discuss this guy, right? Cool. I have seen, there's the red pill. There's a bunch of these guys. They're all over TikTok. You might have seen them. They're all talking about, you got to get your Bugatti, all this stuff, right? They go to the club. Then they complain they only can find a certain kind of woman. Well, isn't it kind of the same thing here in the United States already? Why is there a substantive difference, like they're at the outrage over men going and getting foreign wives, whenever we basically are doing the same thing here? Men are going to the club and people are dating based off like, oh, is this guy broke? Is this guy whatever? Why is this such an outrageous thing to most people?
Could you say that in simple terms? I just didn't understand that question.
Yeah. So why is it okay to date based off economics in America at the bar? Like, oh, that guy looks like a broke bitch, and we can versus Latinas in San Antonio. Yeah, like okay, basically, yeah. So like, go ahead, Modi. Why don't you go ahead and start with that, and then we'll go to Katya here.
Why is it okay to like go to a bar and say it?
Well, yeah, why is it fine?
Comparable to why is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, to be honest, it's not okay. Like if someone ever like goes to a bar and says, you know what, I'm not gonna date that dude because he is broke as fuck. First of all, that's racist against broke people, and I think that really needs to be, I think that needs to be a new protected class. Being broke is quite hard, and
classism, Modi, it exists. Classism, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's classism.
I'm with Tyler on this one.
First of all, classism sucks. Second of all, bro, you live in a prison cell with Batman comments.
Bro, I own a fucking house.
If they are protected class, make sure there's no copper in that protection.
Let me tell you, bro, Batman ain't gonna protect you from this ass whooping if you keep talking, JC. Okay.
Don't we always discriminate? We discriminate on like health.
I wouldn't date you because you're ugly. At least I can change being broke.
I'm fucking married, you retard. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm married to the game, and your wife is not loyal. Melina wants me.
Oh. I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go get my KFC now.
Yeah, because he's quite an American, KFC, the Colonel.
More American than you are, buddy.
Go ahead, Katya. Go ahead.
God willing.
So, I mean, you mentioned the difference between going after women who have whatever economic status or whatever status here versus abroad. I think the main difference comes when you're trying to bring people to the United States, right? That's when a lot of the exploitation can happen. If somebody's still at home, somebody's still where they are, able to be at, and their, status in the country is not tenuous, there's not that disparity. But obviously, when we talk about bringing people to the United States, then we have a situation where if people break up, then they might lose their immigration status. They might not be able to work, so they might not have anybody to support them if they're not in this relationship. Then we get into an unequal situation, which is why I feel like if people are going to enter those situations, they should absolutely be honest about all factors and all expectations before somebody gets on a plane and comes to the U.S. Otherwise, it's kind of predatory. Now, if somebody wants a submissive trad wife or whatever, and they say that before the person comes to the U.S., and the person's like, okay, I'm going to be a submissive trad wife in exchange for coming to the United States and your green card, okay, have at it. Good for you. Like, I don't know what to say. But, if people are being deceptive, that's the biggest problem I have. Yep, go ahead, sorry.
Katya on all of that.
Well, that's true in every
most
circumstance ever, not just passport bros. I mean, if you're like, oh... like literally any situation, if someone's being dishonest and manipulative, that's bad, even in like the most awesome things. So
everything Katya's trying to say there's nothing inherently bad about that lifestyle.
like desiring that traditional lifestyle, and that maybe implying that some people on the panel might think that there is something bad about that kind of lifestyle. But I think we already cleared that up, so we're all good.
Well, I'm curious from the people on the panel who think that it's bad for girls to be gold diggers or that there's an ethical thing. Don't we do the same thing? We discriminate based on like health. Like if someone's unhealthy or someone is like healthy, that's something that factors in maybe subconsciously, but definitely factors into your dating decisions. And that's probably less controlled by a person. A person who's got wealth can show like stability. That's like there's actually something about that you can learn about the person. Not always, but generally speaking. Is it not fair to just consider those elements when you're dating, just like any other element that is involved? I mean, people consider like your reputation in your community. That's like kind of random sometimes. Like why is it bad to seek out a good wealth or good health?
Keep things in consideration. I just think when you're actively seeking out like one specific quality because you have some sort of like what I would say is a misunderstanding as to what that quality means about an individual, or because you're seeking out like, you know, you like the more materialistic aspects of a relationship, I would just say that's not something worth seeking out. You know, this is kind of a moralistic position that I have here, but I think, you know, there's more to a person than just that one factor. And if you're defining them just by how much money they make or just by their health, you know, there are other reasons why somebody's health might come into play that are about the time that you actually spend together, that aren't just about, well, you know, they're just unhealthy, so I don't like it. It's like, well, maybe it's because you guys don't do the same shit. Maybe it's because you guys don't have enough in common. But I wouldn't argue that's just defined by their health. I would argue that's defined by a lot more than that.
Let me ask this then, because this seems to be a debate that we're kind of micro debate we're having right here. Is what preferences are acceptable? Because it seems like certain preferences are like up for debate, like morally, right? Like gold digging, or like in the reverse, be like trapping somebody on vacation, like a baby trapping them, or like making them bring them back, or there's all sorts of these things. What are these preferences like that are acceptable versus not acceptable? Like, are we in agreement on what sort of preferences are okay? Is like height fine, but like money is not? Like, what is the lines here?
Love is love. Love is love, and I won't hear it.
Careful, you're sounding a bit like Vlosh there. Careful now.
You want some chicken, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone
I just
thinks that it's not okay to have a preference for money in general. I just think that there's kind of a issue if you're trying to intentionally like seek out someone who is poor because you think you can control them, or you're trying to intentionally seek out someone who is rich because you're trying to take their money without like actually loving them. Like, that's the issue, I believe.
But how do you know the rich person doesn't just want someone that'll, you know, be all flashy and look at me? They want that hot wife.
Yeah,
you know?
So what
well, again, like they can still get a hot wife that likes being flashy, that isn't going to, you know, use this one aspect of like their complex being as a person as.
Well, I mean,
I just think it's like a moralistic position that I have. I just think it's wrong to define anybody by one person.
What's wrong with like a consenting adults though making a transaction? Like, hey, I don't want to love you. I want to pay your poor ass to come over here and blow me. And if you're consenting,
that sounds like prostitution. Isn't
that something we're all for
right now?
What's the real difference between a wife and a prostitute?
I don't think that's what we're asking. Hold on. Let's not go down that. I don't think we're arguing over. Hold on. Let's not do that.
This is it. This is the band plan that he's got for all of us.
Yeah, I see that. Listen, go ahead, Modi. What do you got thoughts here? What preferences are allowable or not? And then whatever you were going to say while your chicken was eating.
What preferences allowable? I wasn't here for the question. I'm about to say something else there.
But go ahead. Say whatever you want.
Microbangs, yes or no?
Essentially, just get some core points so everyone knows where I stand. Broke people will always hate people with money. And broke or rich, everyone deserves love. And anyone can make money and improve their life. Because if you date a broke, but if a man dates a broke person as well, say if I dated a woman who's broke and we argued, I'm going to hold that money over her head till day's end, baby. So money is toxic. At the end of the day, you need to be dating for height, and how good that pussy grips.
But then you can physically hold things over her head. Like, it's just as toxic.
Grippy.
Yeah, I'll hold the dick over that's her why head. He that's wants the only thing you need. Yeah, maybe I want a dangled cock over heads. That's all I want to do.
Oh my god.
Yours dangles?
Mine dangles, bro. Why do you think I'm coming to the USA, man? I'm trying to improve the genetic pool. You know what I'm saying?
We can't let the dangle gene infect the gene pool.
If people watch porn here, they call me Jason Bruv. That's like, hey, you guys get that?
No dangling, no danglers in the
No
US,
dangling. All right, moving on from the danglers. Yeah, I mean, I think okay. I guess I would say there is a pretty hefty distinction between trying to find a partner in another country and a prostitute, as Tyler would like to put it here. It's pretty sad that this is the safer combo for the night. But let's move to that one.
Hefty distinction.
Yeah, hefty distinction. Is it a bad to have transactional relationships? Is that a major problem? Katya, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, here's my, my sociopath take. All relationships are transactional. The pros have to outweigh the cons for you to stay in the relationship. It's just that, stuff like, okay, Lord, okay. It's just like stuff that, getting along and, being really good with each other and love is part of the transaction sometimes. Like, for example, me and my partner, we started dating when we were both in high school, and my family is like, decently wealthy, but his family was in extreme poverty, but we are best friends, and that worked out just fine. So stuff like that, money is like not a factor, or stuff like height or whatever the fuck else, he's taller than me anyways, but is not a factor. In cases where you have another factor that outweighs it, like, hey, you're best friends. Hey, you really get along. Hey, you have the same hobbies. Hey, you love each other. But if those things aren't there, then something else has to step in, like people who are in, a relationship for, I want you for your attractiveness, you want me for the money. Like, I mean, it's a transactional relationship, but if you both know you're in it for those reasons, then I'm pretty voluntarist. Like, have at it. If you're consenting adults, go for it. Don't know what to tell you.
Anybody object to this opinion?
I'm not completely against that.
I object.
Why do you object, Tyler? You like?
I don't think every relationship's transactional. This makes it seem like, if it's like a net negative, you get out of the relationship, but like that certainly doesn't apply with family. And I think when we're talking about significant others and dating, eventually that is family. Like your spouse.
I mean,
the benefit you get from family,
choose to date
can apply to family.
The
Not when you
benefit
have
you get
ties,
from family
that's
is
different.
in group.
Well, what if you're
favor,
married? Isn't that family? Was that different than family to you?
Right, but I'm talking more when people are starting a relationship, right? Stuff is more transactional when people are starting a relationship. If they desire to stay in the relationship, obviously people get more ties and stuff gets more complicated. Yeah. But in the beginning, right, it's like kind of, okay, here's what I bring to the table, here's what you bring to the table. Like when you first start out in a relationship, like what else do you have? You don't have history.
I repeal my objection.
Overruled. Restate it and suffer.
All right, fuck you, Kat.
I'm just
I don't
kidding.
believe everything is transactional. Because what if you have nothing to give?
This dick.
Get good.
Well, then you can fucking
Then you go overseas, and that's how we get here, baby.
Okay.
Filipinameat.com.
Hey, I said I have nothing to give. Everyone's like attacking me instantly. It's not transactional, bro. This is all coming one way. Okay? Which furthers my point. Broke eats the rich. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, I wouldn't agree that every relationship is transactional, but what about the transaction of you can become an American citizen and then you marry your brother to commit immigration fraud to bring him in like
Hey.
I don't even care about that.
Based immigration fraud.
I think Katya's argument is fine. I just think at that point you have to understand the differentiation between a romantic relationship and a non-romantic relationship, really. And be honest about your feelings at that point.
Okay,
but I don't disagree with Katya.
Okay, let's move this.
You disagree with Elon Omar?
Well, hold on. Let's forget Elon Omar for a minute. We could talk Elon Omar a different day.
I don't know much about her.
Yeah, I mean, plus
she married her brother.
Yeah, allegedly.
Hey.
But
right.
Oh, that's so hot.
Allegedly,
What
but
was that argument? I remember.
Honestly,
that.
But
I don't care.
But yeah, okay. I also don't give a shit. So moving on. But let's talk about why passport bros exist. The argument comes from a lot of the red pill guys and then these people that I guess the Western women aren't doing it for them. Is this a real problem? Have like traditional values gone too far out the window? Is that a bad thing? Is that something we should cry about? Is there something that should be done, or is this a good thing? Thoughts?
I think the internet has made people stubborn and not want to change anything about themselves, and has made people pigeonhole themselves into their little communities. And I think that in order to be successful in the dating market, you have to be adaptable. You have to be willing to try new things. You have to be willing to experience and meet new kinds of people. And I know that is true because I wouldn't have met my wife if that were not the case. So
I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's true for men and women. I think there are a lot of men who aren't willing to change themselves and would rather. I think there are a lot of passport bros who genuinely just go to another country because they're not willing to work on this, that, or the other issue. But I also think there are a lot of women who aren't willing to work on their issues and who are more willing to like put their issues on a partner. I think it goes both ways. And I think, seeking out some sort of like internal emotional intelligence and some sort of balance is good for men and women and otherwise in between.
Modi.
I feel like one thing we're missing out here, a lot of standards and things have changed because now the world is now modernized porn in every single aspect of life. I can't look a single direction without seeing a pair of tits anymore.
Then close your eyes, bro.
I'm not complaining, first of all. I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is it used to be a lot harder to see a pair of knockers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a porn star. Now, I feel like even my friends...
That's right. Human evolution has already changed.
I support sex workers. Big fan of them. You know what? I'm not going to buy it, but if they're going to show it, I will look at it. But all I will say is this. I do not believe that dating standards have changed because of all these different things. I believe that men... so many men get catfished. 10 times more than before. The statistics are way up. Women are turning 18 and going straight into OnlyFans. They're not even going for a degree anymore these days. You can look at the stats, say that I'm wrong, but the stats prove me right. The world is being modernized with porn.
Women are seeking out degrees more often.
Yeah, but more than men.
Literally more often.
More than men. Okay, because hey, there's a market for men to break into OnlyFans.
Are men doing OnlyFans too?
There's more women into. There's more women who do OnlyFans because let's be honest, there's more consumers who are men. There's barely that many people who are going to buy it. More, even the dudes who have OnlyFans, the gay dudes are the ones buying them.
If you're correct, then wouldn't less women go for degrees because they could just do OnlyFans, but more women are
or can they use the OnlyFans
because he just said they were skipping school to do it.
Yeah, and so many people are doing their degrees while paying for it with OnlyFans, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but as a man,
are we skipping school to do it, or are we
strippers? To be clear,
how long do you think it takes to take some pictures, Katya?
Well, bro just has an issue with the idea that patriarchy is.
No, hold on. I don't think he's. I don't think. Let him finish here.
Let me finish my point.
Showing their tits online.
Let me finish my point. Okay, all I'm saying is, if you see the dating standards have changed and people are going to different countries. Listen, if I'm a man, right, it doesn't matter how much money I have, and I'm trying to get with these women. These women are now women are so much more entitled and empowered. You see 5 out of 10s acting like 10s because a couple of dudes bought their tits online. It's so much harder to date women if you are not already rich, famous. It's all clout based and all porn generated now. So if you go
terminally online, not true, terminally online, get offline, you dump it.
Let me tell you, you can
terminally online, get offline, you dump it.
I can straight up more about this than any of you people.
Have a personality.
Have a personality.
I don't think this is I gotta be real. Before I met my wife, I was like weirdly pulling for a guy as ugly as fuck as me. Okay, so like I don't understand all of this. I'm serious. Use your resources. Asshole, hold the door for and pay for a dinner. Okay?
JC is correct. JC is correct. The only men who complain about shit like this are men who can't pull because they're bitches.
Hold on.
Who believe in themselves.
No, that's dumb too. Women have high standards sometimes. Sometimes too high standards.
I agree. Sometimes women have high standards.
One at a time.
I think if you just have a personality and you get offline, you're like 50 million times more likely to get a woman to pull.
No, that is actually bullshit. Not in these days.
And if you calm yourself by spending all your time online, you're also going to melt your own personality into some weird hive mind of the average online man.
A couple points for all these rambling ass rantsies, okay? Let me tell you. Let me finish my point before jumping in because you're getting the wrong idea here. First of all, I've fucked more than any of you, so I am well more than qualified to talk about this.
More pussy than you've ever seen in your life.
Let me tell you, I've been to a banquet of pussy.
Let me tell you, he's seen a vagina, okay? He knows what it looks like. He knows where it is.
I used to pull, what, in 1970,
knockers.
Bro,
he has seen knockers, okay?
JC used to pull when porn was still in magazines, okay? We ain't give a fuck about you, bro. We talking about current day society. You ain't getting no bitches these days.
They thought he was fucking mad.
All I'm saying, I've got to keep it real with you. If you're going to say here, oh, God, this guy's talking like he gets no pussy. I'm spoiling him from a guy who gets too much pussy, and I suffer from it. I can't even look at ham sandwiches anymore.
His
But
poor
it hurts
back.
you all I'm saying is an actual factual point that OnlyFans and all the fact that women's standards have gone up, everything has gone up because they are now porn stars are now treated as if it is the most respectable position, and they are now bringing themselves up, which is great.
That's
Feel
just
good for
not
yourself.
true in real life. Again, get offline. That's just not true in your day-to-day life.
This guy.
People
Well,
are
hold on.
embarrassed to tell their coworkers
Hold
that
on.
they
I
make
would-
that they do content on OnlyFans. And I worked in a blue-collar position, okay? And even they were embarrassed to tell their coworkers about their OnlyFans.
Fuck the collars. I wear no sleeves. Let me tell you. I'll keep it real with you, bro. You just angry right now because if you hosted an OnlyFans Buckaroo, ain't nobody buying that shit. You getting
You know what? We ain't bringing you into America. You're stupid. You be voting Trump.
Okay,
what
my
are you doing?
JC probably buy it from
Sent
you.
me out to buy pictures that I don't sell. Okay,
God
you're
damn
just
it.
wrong on that.
All right. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase this. All right, I'm taking my. Hold on. All right. So actually,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I think Modi does bring
Like-
up an interesting point. I'll use an example from my everyday life. Right. I feel like I do okay. You know, I go out. You know, I don't have problems. Like, however, you know, I do see people that have less charisma or that are like scared to talk to women. They definitely like go up to them, and women are are talking to them, and this guy's like, oh. Hey, how you doing? It's like a 5, and I'm not basing this because I'm anything special, but it's just an average-looking woman, and the girl will act like she's, I don't know, Celine Dion, and it's crazy. And I'm like, well, who the fuck is you? Like, and like the guy was totally polite, wasn't creepy, wasn't rude, just like, hey, how you doing? You're very pretty. Can I buy you a shot? Fuck off, bitch. Like, oh, okay, goddamn. Like, do you know this?
Okay,
like,
then
like,
you know what? Then you know
like,
what?
whoa.
In my opinion, you're too good for her.
Well, no,
okay?
and then this is the reason why I even brought this up is because I go to the clubs quite often, and in San Antonio we have a very international city. We have a lot of women from like Mexico and like South America and Central America, right? And so oftentimes women that are way like what I would say out of like dudes leagues will be talking to these guys and having a nice time, great time, and they'll just be having like be very friendly. It's not even, and these are the richer ones because most of them are like, you know, daddy's little girl from Monterrey, you know, and they're fucking out here having a good time, and like, so they're rich, they're not, and they're very polite to like almost every man that talks to them, and it's just a crazy difference that I'm seeing. Yeah, even the broke one, and I just don't even understand. I just don't understand.
When I was in San Antonio,
Like,
I literally saw someone say, this chick tried to drop her OnlyFans. You can talk when you subscribe to my OnlyFans.
That did happen.
And I was like, bro, I'm like, not to me, of course, because they would have been like, can you collab with me? But, you know, it's just disgusting to see.
And I agree. I think women like that are easily taking themselves off the market for a lot of men, as should be. I don't think you can treat people with such abject disrespect and expect them to like want to be with you. But
my point is, every year there's more and more of those type of women, and that was my point. That is exactly why.
Yeah. Do y'all think porn normalization has affected like affected dating? Because it does seem porn has been normalized to some extent, like at least in the U.S.
It's more than porn. They're taking requests. These are internet prostitutes, and this is what I was getting at earlier. And we're talking about what I was talking about earlier. Damn it!
But I mean, how many girls I know who call themselves a mayo? Come on, bro, you ain't gonna call yourself a mayo.
Let's go to non-fun. You were saying something?
Oh, all I said is I don't know because I don't talk to women. I was just.
Honestly, I'm surprised you like a player.
Is that by choice?
Mostly.
You don't have to answer that.
They're scary.
I know, sorry.
Hey, listen, you're doing yourself a favor. You're doing yourself a favor.
Unironically, that is something I think is an issue for a lot of people, for a lot of men, is that they are genuinely scared of women, understandably so, because there are a lot of women who are mean to them for no reason. But I actually do think that's an issue when it comes to approaching women, is that there's been such a shift in the dating market. I'll use that terminology. There's been such a shift in it over the past decade. It's I think it's just like so different with approaching women.
So why, like, let me. So I I want to kind of pick this out with you a little bit. I like the term market right now. I don't. Why do you object to that? Because the way I see it, right, what are you doing is just selling yourself, right? Like if I'm gonna go and talk to a woman, I'm trying to sell my qualities to this woman. I want her to like me, right? Or I want her to be interested in me for whatever. It's the same thing. Like when she's talking back and she is interested, then she's like sell herself. It's called it's the same signals. You're looking for buying signals, showing interest. Same thing when you you look at a product. Like, you are the product in this case, but there's a trans. I don't know. Like, why do you object to the market analogy?
Honestly, the reason I said it that time is because I was just referencing the earlier part in the conversation where I just disagreed with the almost extreme levels of, I don't want to, I mean, objectification, but just like the idea that there's like one major factor that you could be selling somebody on, this level of, again, I think there is some, if you're seeking out a romantic relationship, you want to be seeking out some sort of connection with them, not just looking at like a tally list of the qualities and like looking at the top 3 and saying, okay, I'll take it or I'll leave it. Which is that was really my criticism with the argument there. I think it's fine to say dating market, but I was really just trying to reference the fact that I did argue against that earlier. So I understand why it's kind of a silly use of the phrase now.
Sure. Yeah, I was just
curious. My Professor Sunday.
As an American woman, you should get well acquainted with liking cats, by the way, because when we're going out to other countries to get our women, that's all you're going to be left with.
The cat ladies.
I love my cats.
Hey, to be fair, my wife
I'm not worried about.
So I'm not sure what that says.
Finding an American man.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be left alone with a cat. Luca Magna, I'm just kidding. I am a big fan of cats. Sorry.
On the flip
side, I'm not worried about an asteroid.
Leave the cats alone.
It's probably not gonna happen. So
don't touch these fucking cats. Nobody let him near your cat. Okay, bro, I'm worried.
Listen, Modi. Hey, listen. I'm gonna go grab my cats. Modi stayed here for like a month. Did something happen to y'all?
No, Garfield just bullied me, bro. I got fucking pressed.
That's probably
bullied me. I'm a fucking lasagna, the asshole.
He is turned into a little bit of a bully in his middle age. It's pretty entertaining now.
Bro, I'd wake up, this motherfucker slapping my head and shit.
Yeah,
stealing shit from my suitcase.
Y'all did. I was just get back to the subject here. So y'all mentioned like, okay, it's a problem. Some men don't even want to go talk to women for the intimidation or reason or these other. I have developed a new reason for not wanting to talk to them, and it's that every problem that I have in my life is directly correlated to a woman in some way.
Well, you were born, so every sort of pain that you experience is a direct result of your mother's choice to give birth.
So, annoying people on panels, it's probably me. Darn.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go more with the toxicity aspect, and a lot of that's self-inflicted because I love toxic women. But anytime something bad happens,
you did mention getting stabbed.
I did. Yeah, it's a thing.
He's the real Destiny.
See, so when I don't film nothing, we don't got to worry about none of that.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think there. I think much more recently we've had the opportunity to develop our social, our relationships and develop a better understanding of what is and isn't a good relationship to have. So I think it's good that we're kind of squashing out a lot of the more toxic behaviors, but
so now that we're out of
they still occur.
Now that we're out of memeing, I actually am going through this immigration process right now. So a lot of the concerns you guys actually brought up about people falsifying this, doing transactions based on anything besides a sincere relationship between two adults, that gets filtered out in the I-179 application process, and then they usually catch it in the visa application process of the embassy that you are applying from the country from. So all this is filtered out, known that people are trying to abuse this system, and they actually work to make sure that not only can you afford this person, but you're not previously bringing over other people, and they look into it pretty. It's harder to get a fiance from another country than it is to get a gun. So
careful, Tyler. I don't want you giving this bonger the cheat codes, okay? Careful what you share.
Don't tell them any of the questions they ask. Okay.
Right. I mean, the thing that I suggested was the idea that, a lot of relationships that people, generally don't think is transactional actually are deep down when you, peel off some other layers to the relationship. Not to say, that's anything of an issue inherently, but I'm saying that, yeah, there are some relationships that under, some feelings of love and companionship are transactional that obviously because it is a sincere relationship, can get past the system. It's only fraud that gets caught when stuff is more blatantly this for this, right?
I think it's very autistic to look at a relationship as purely transactional, which is why I probably violently agree so much.
I feel like it's a very cynical way to look at a relationship, but on a very, very, very baseline level, as an evolutionary adaptation, there's probably a reason why we gravitate towards partnerships into larger communities like we do. And I'm guessing that there's probably because there's a mutually shared benefit. And like Katya pointed out, the main reason that I've left every relationship I've ever been in and primarily has to do with when the negatives outweighed the benefits. So if you really get you have to get very sociopathic and cynical and like look at it from a very detached point of view. But I do think there is some merit to that. So I think the question then, since we're talking about the passport bro shit, is when does which qualities you're like weighing in that equation, which of those qualities is it immoral to weigh? Is it bad to just move to another country just to date women because you think that they're more submissive or more traditional or have a lower income than you? I think income we've already settled, but like there's plenty of other ground here to look at. Like I said, I'm married. I don't have to worry about any of this shit
What other
anymore.
ground
I'm
should
just
we
trying
look
to
at?
help.
Okay, well, what other ground should we be looking at? Like,
I don't know. Is it bad to try and like move somewhere with more conservative or more traditional women?
Yeah, okay. People that object to this, are y'all not like that?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's like perfect.
I wish there was an island with women with no clothes on.
I actually don't have any inherent issues.
They have those,
women
buddy.
who,
They're called nudist colonies.
who seek to have a more traditional role in a relationship. I would argue that's something that already exists in America. So the idea of becoming a passport bro to do it seems silly to me. It seems like there are a lot of other factors playing into that decision, which is why I find passport bros who are self-identified as passport bros to be a little suspicious because I question what other things are playing into it. But just seeking out somebody who meets you on the level of like what kind of roles you want to play in a relationship, I think is fine.
Are there such thing as passport hoes?
Yeah, it's most passport bros.
Gotta be.
Literally most passport bros who go to other countries who just go there to like fuck a bunch of women.
Wait.
To her,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Wait. Would there be like passport sisters? Would that be what would they be?
No, I think passport hoes would be like most of these memes, like they have to be like what's the term? Like where they like rhyme or whatever.
Yeah, so I guess like what I'm asking is it wait, okay, were y'all using hoes in general neutral term? No, right? Like it was supposed to be like I thought you were, right? Yeah, so like okay, well whatever is there a female let me just clear it up then. Is there a female equivalent to a passport bro? Like do y'all think there is one? Or no?
I mean, America provides economic opportunity to everyone. Presumably,
bro.
that includes foreign prostitutes.
You know how many women like outsource to other men in different countries because they don't like American men?
I just don't know how common it is because like women disproportionately have like more access to relationships, it seems, in America than women. There's like a massive disparity between how many relationships an American woman is in versus how many relationships an American man is in. So I just don't know if that's the same.
To which side? The women, right? They have more relationships or less?
Yeah, the women. Yes.
Modi, what were you going to say?
I just thought a profound thought. This probably
exists in
America. Yeah,
I don't know if I believe
probably exists in America. Probably then, and this is probably why passport hoes would be the biggest thing. I actually think there's going to be more passport hoes than bros ever, and here's why. So obviously, I've never seen a country so invested in politics other than America, right? And I've never seen countries that if a man likes Donald Trump, women will hate this motherfucker. They will never date this motherfucker. They're like, fuck this guy forever. And there's a lot of American men right now. There's a lot of American men right now who support
the women
Donald
for
Trump.
that matter.
So that means there's like a million American men who are going to have a girl, and these girls are looking for a man who doesn't support Donald Trump, which in Trump's America is going to be real hard to find. So then
earn more money,
like me, you know
comb your hair, clean up your outfit, vote differently. You just make yourself more available in the market.
Okay,
please don't say knockers. You're not allowed in the country if you keep saying that, dog.
First of all, bro,
actually, knockers is like
if I was running the border and you were there,
is my personal friend. I will stop you.
Use dirty pillows.
Friend.
Dirty pillows.
Listen, let me just.
Yeah, Mike Lindell. I know him too.
Much worse. Much worse.
But listen,
the wrath of the American Avengers. I will call down upon ye.
Put away your dirty
You're part
pillows.
of the D-Avengers, bro.
That's
What the fuck you
Hunter
mean?
Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Mike Lindell, and the ghost of Thomas Jefferson. That's
Do you
the
think?
American
I got a
Avengers.
question. Let me ask you an honest question, JC. Do you think Modi knows who any of those people are?
He sure as well fucking better if he wants to come into my goddamn country.
True.
First of all, bro, I'll go there and I'll tell you one thing. We pour your tea in the harbor in 1776. You know what I mean?
You pour our tea in the harbor? Oh, tell me another one.
I would. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me another one. Tell me, how many times did we get kick your guys' ass? Once? No, it was like twice, wasn't it? Oh, twice?
Oh, if you were on the front lines, we would have watched you.
Oh,
Ain't you team up with Canadians and Indians?
King is an old idiot.
This is wasted on me because I don't know what this means.
Well, actually, wait a minute. I can't cry about them having an old idiot king because we are literally like days from that
First
happening
of all,
here.
I don't even know
I
what
take
that
it back.
means. Any of those things mean because I'm not really a historian. I live in the present. But let me tell you, that neck vein is gonna burst if you scream anymore.
I know,
kid, okay?
I know. It is.
You know, you would have to pass like a citizenship test, right? That's going to ask you.
I don't do this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if Modi can pass the current.
There are no questions about my neck vein on that
You could not.
Pass as what, male?
Let me tell you, bro. I'll walk in there. I'll say, "Hell yeah, brother," and they'll say, "Come on in." I'll do my door. I'll go in there and say,
You know
"Please
what?
me."
In Donald Trump's America, that border
I'm
is
ready to
locked
come in
the
the
fuck
country.
down. So you better get way smarter. You better be at
First
least
of all,
smarter
bro,
than a
Donald
fifth
Trump would
grader.
be like, "Wow, this guy does a good Donald Trump impression." Citizenship. I think this
It's not
guy-
bad. It's
I don't
actually
like
not bad.
JC. He's Jesus Christ. He's gay. All right, can we do the next question, please?
Oh my god!
I was gonna say,
All right, go ahead,
I
Douglas.
wouldn't be
I
be
just got
surprised if
roasted. I'm
the
just
reason
dumbfounded.
You guys are all
I
ignoring
wouldn't
my
even be
argument.
surprised if
Well, we'll come back to you. Buckaroo's got something. Then we'll come to you. But go ahead.
I mean, armchair psychology on this front, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if part of the reason passport bros seek out like going to other countries or why they see it as so beneficial is just because they feel anxious in America. They, for some reason, don't feel like they can approach women in America. They go to another country. They've like basically placebo affected themselves into thinking they're hot shit and they can approach women. And then they go up and approach women in these other countries that they didn't feel comfortable approaching in America. And I can understand that. It's just, I think if your first response to feeling like you can't approach women is going to another country, maybe you should like seek out some sort of like emotional fucking evaluation. I don't know, look
that's
within.
the first
or you
response. Isn't it usually like, I've tried to meet women, I just can't. I don't understand what's wrong with me. I think I'll just try somewhere. Like, when is that someone's first response?
Well, I
don't know
I don't know if
how many
every single passport bro has taken this as a first response, but I would also believe I wouldn't be surprised if there were more passport bros that saw that as a reasonable response than there were people who weren't passport bros.
Well, wait, now we're not on first.
Already
You
chosen
said
that
first
out.
response. Maybe if it's weird for them to see it as a reasonable response. Sure, I guess, but like I could imagine the desperation and frustration of like trying repeatedly like things that you might have heard online, especially if all they're consuming is dumbass red pill shit. Trying to like pick up women like this. Oh,
probably not reasonable.
Hold on. I know you're giddy. I'm talking. Giddy up. Giddy.
Making another argument.
I
didn't say.
I can understand like if they keep striking out with women here, feeling desperate enough to want to go somewhere else. I don't think that's totally unreasonable. You can think it's weird, but
I can
like
understand that too.
I mean,
well,
yeah, I can
you're
understand
arguing
it,
against
but you
something
should
I didn't
okay, so now
say.
you're back all the way up. Okay,
which is why
that's fine.
which is why I gave the basis for my statement before I said it, which was if that's your first response, I think it's silly. You said, well, what if it's not their first response?
I said, no. What I said is, I don't think that's anyone's
woman.
first response. Is what I actually said.
Okay, then I'd love for you to find every single passport bro across the world and ask every single one of them, and then you can tell me whether it's
JC. I will let. Hold on, JC.
You're the one that made the initial claim. I just said I don't believe.
I said if that's your first response, you fucking idiot.
All right, calm down, everybody. Calm down.
I'm a fucking idiot because I have.
Let's move on.
Listen.
Listen, before we start the. All right, listen. Before. Hold on, everybody. Listen, I don't want to start the passport bro census. Let's go to Mid-Temple. What were you going to question?
Well,
I just feel like
he
everyone's
apparently needs-
ignoring my main argument, which is really that this is kind of about microbangs.
You bastard! I thought
True.
True, I haven't heard of a
Had them in
passport bro in
5
France.
years.
Modi,
Can I ask,
what is
who
going
the
on?
fuck
with-
is that guy?
Yeah, let's go to Modi here. I think.
I just want to ask real quick. You think I could sneak into America if I wore this disguise?
Stay out of my country, bro. Wait, who is that? Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There was a God-fearing American on your screen just
I feel
now,
like
and he
I
just
know all the bunch
disappeared.
of American people, except for you, JC. You seem more Canadian to me.
Ouch.
Mm.
That hurt me deep in
Wow.
my soul.
You do kind of look like a New York Jew with those glasses
Canada's
on.
about to be American anyway, so.
Oh,
There was a guy who was just here. Wait, there he is! Oh my God, sir! Wait, where'd he go?
Okay.
Have you seen
Appearing
the
American keeps appearing on your. Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Was that Mark? No, I don't even know what his name is. Fuck. I look like
Herbert
I'm living
Q. Patriot,
I look like
I
I'm
think
living
is his
under
name.
New York City with these bad boys on.
Herbert Q.
It's called
Patriot.
third iteration.
Oh,
This-
Herbert.
I don't know. Why not?
Not Harold.
Okay, fine.
Go on, Gibbs. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to
The
that.
microbangs might as well say go overseas.
I maintain
don't-
that.
No, okay, so actually, I think Modi brought up a good point. Are we going to see like a resurgence
Did I?
of earlier, like you did actually? I think you stumbled on this.
I thought you were bringing up the glasses. I was like,
No,
oh.
we're moving on from the glasses, but the
Our
million.
disguise is gonna.
But like no, we're seeing this already, right? Like this has become a new movement from the left, and I've laughed at, which is kind of the where they're like, we will not have sex with conservative men, and they'll like post that on their Tinder. They're like, we're doing a no sex for anybody that does this. It's like what is like a sex boycott. Do you think this is going to drive people on the left to become passport bros because they don't want to date anybody that's potentially a Trump supporter? Is that something that's
No,
going to
I
happen?
think leftist women are going to
No, I
give
think
up on
they're-
it immediately.
There's
No,
plenty
they-
of Trumple
maybe it's
women
not
out
cat-
there. Oh my
Hey,
God. There's
like you said, there's an
It's a simple
imbalance in
question.
power because they
Is
can't
their
lead.
hatred of Trump real, or is it something they've been told to hate? Because if it's real, those motherfuckers will look under other
Hey,
countries. But if it's,
brother,
if it's
it's as real as
let me tell you, if it's
was.
the fake
It's pretty
news
real,
media-
dude. They took
Let me
away
tell you.
abortion.
Let me tell you, if it's the fake news media and they don't really hate Trump, they'll end up dating a guy and compromising their values, which women normally do.
Well, hold on. 100%
kidding,
serious
don't
here.
compromise
100%
their
serious
values
here.
for
Like
every fucking
liberal
woman they
left-leaning
date.
women probably
Men are
do
the
view Donald
weakest,
Trump as like an enemy
least
because he took
backboned
he was
idiots
responsible
I've
in some
ever met.
part for like the revocation of Roe v. Wade. So like they probably do dislike him personally, not just like they've been told to.
Yeah, but
Whatever
do they
the
dislike
media
him
like
enough though,
conspiracy
JC?
theorists.
If
What?
I didn't like him that much, I would never, ever date a woman who likes Trump. However, I guarantee if I went to America and told them I do my Trump impression, even the women who hate Trump would say, "Oh, bad. Well, it's got a cute face. I'll bang him."
Well, I mean
Hey,
that's fine,
hey,
dude.
hey,
I'm just explaining the reasoning.
So,
Because you're British.
real quick, you sling
Just
good
the accent.
pipe, it don't matter who you vote for. I'm just saying that.
Facts, bro. You sling
That
the hammer, and let me tell you, early hammer.
Not
is bringing
true to
the hammer.
leftist women. That's
Only
not
in a
true to
I
blessed
voted
leftist.
for Joe Jorgensen
Only
in
in a
2020 and
women will
still got
say
laid.
him.
That's true.
Jump in the hammer.
Wait, actually, so wait, they all say that's not true. Okay, so do y'all think this is going to cause people to look at other countries?
Fake news.
I mean, I feel like there's
no.
plenty of Trump supporter women out there. I mean, I say this as somebody who's in Florida. There's like no shortage of women out there who
I'm not talking
love
about the
Trump
men,
to a degree
per
that's
se.
psychosexual and weird. Okay, plenty of people like Trump. So
Yeah, but
these
they make you
gentlemen
dress
like
like him
no,
while they
that's not what I'm
fuck
saying.
you.
Okay,
Gross,
sure, hold on.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
Hold on, that's not.
This-
I don't know what he's talking about. But listen, this I'm talking about more like this. Like right, like okay, there's a lot of Trump voters, and I feel like a lot of young men have now voted for Trump, or they like, oh, Trump is cool, he's whatever. Like especially in an 18 range, it looked like that was a big block, right? So are like these women are now gonna be like, oh, we don't want to date any of these people. Are they gonna be looking somewhere else? Or because I know you're saying that Trump
No,
guys
they're
will
going
be
to give
fine.
up because
No,
women
'cause
want to get
again, I
laid
think
too.
women. Well, I think women
not
again
in a red
like,
state.
are already
Well, maybe not,
getting
that's
more
true.
relationships on average than men of the same age. So I don't
Yes.
know if women being turned down for some of this are going to be seeking out other countries in the same way that men are, just because like they're not as worried. They feel more secure in their ability to get somebody than men.
It's
also once we get Project 2025 in place, women won't be allowed to leave the country without their husbands.
Yes.
All the
Women won't even be
Don't forget the period trackers.
Fake news. All right, moving on.
Hold on. There is data
Almost
that
made
says
America great again.
when women get married, they tend to switch their political affiliation more than men to what the man is. So I will just say this dick has flipped more goddamn votes at a progressive victory rally to get out the vote.
Holy fuck!
Although I wonder how much of that is also.
Sometimes.
I wonder how much of that is also just because, at least in my experience, people seem to get more conservative as they get older.
Yeah.
And so they hit like a certain age range, and then it's just,
Married couples
they're
generally.
getting married at the same age. Yeah, exactly.
We have that example right here. Tyler,
we have
that example right here.
Damn.
We literally have that example
The
right
moment
here.
you don't bring kids into it.
Tyler used to be like a leftist, and now he's basically MAGA at this point. Like
I split ticket.
So you're
voted for Warnock.
Policy voter?
Voted for Warnock.
Was he being honest finally?
Good one. Send that to me here.
I can give you a reverse
Voted
example.
for Warnock. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I like him. He's a nice guy. I didn't like that other dude.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Also, doesn't MAGA also hate the other guy?
That's neither here
No,
nor
the
there.
other guy
You can
was
fit in with
Trump
us. We can cope with this.
It was what's his name? It wasn't Brian Kemp. It was the other guy. It was Trump's endorsement. He lost to him, and then he tried to run against Kemp in the primary. After that, Trump's endorsement.
Hold on. Who is this?
What the fuck is
Who
this?
gives a shit? We're talking about fucking Valentine's Day shit tonight. Yeah, so listen. All right, let's just move. Here, go ahead, Connie. You had something.
I was gonna say I can always give you that reverse example, considering the fact that when back in 2016, before me and my husband were dating, that was back in the day. He used to be a Trump supporter. His parents are super far right, and now he's a market socialist like me. So
well, there's a different explanation for that. Yeah.
We didn't get this debate in time.
There's a different explanation for that.
That's just because men discover empathy when they actually get in a relationship.
No.
Whose feelings they actually care about. They're like, oh my god,
empathy.
I care for another human being and what happens to them.
Even without slinging pipe, okay, I was able to get 2 women to vote for Kamala. Okay,
2 women, 2 whole
women.
Non-fun is a Kamala supporter. Okay, I can just kind of tell.
That one was close.
It might be the big Biden thing in the background. That is maybe something.
I didn't even see that, but that makes it
the
even more
Biden,
ironic.
the bisexual lighting.
Let me tell you, it's not empathy.
I voted for Robert F. Kennedy
It's
Jr.
not empathy they gain. It's pussy. Okay, these dudes have never had sex, and they want to sit there and they want to be like, oh, I love Trump. You don't really fuck with what you believe. You are dating a fake, a fraud, and a phony. Because if that man really loved you, he would be himself.
Maybe Katya's like an expert at Kegel exercises or something, and she fucking converted him over.
Sometimes with like little kids, like you tell them not to touch a hot stove, and you're like, don't touch that, it's hot, you'll burn yourself.
That's how I feel. This whole panel is making me feel that way.
I feel like we should let dude up here. We should let him touch the hot stove. I think we should let him into the country. Let him go to clubs.
What are we talking about this again for?
In the face.
What is it, bro?
First of all, okay, it's not a hot stove. I've touched a lot of ass in America, and let me tell you, I had a great time.
Let him come here and say that he wants to touch girls' knockers.
Because he is just like such an oaf. Everybody's like, oh.
Actually, wait, Buckaroo does have a point.
What does an oaf mean?
I know.
That means you're like Seth
a little
Rogen.
stupid.
Like Shrek.
A little goofy. But it's playful. It's sweet. It's like a dog.
No, they meet me and they say, wow, this guy's super intelligent and high IQ.
No, you'd be a great dog. Don't worry.
He's way better than JC.
Just bring the leash with you, and they will fall in love.
It sounds like you're like trying to like project onto me your feelings, and I don't want to.
No, I don't want a man with a leash.
Why does this happen every panel?
I don't like leash in men.
We're talking about Destiny too. We gotta talk about Israel Palestine now.
You think you can get a leash on a neck?
I don't want a leash on a man.
January 6th.
Actually, personally, I like a man with a backbone. If he can't argue against me just as hard as I argue against him, he's not worth my time.
I like a man with a fat cock.
I don't care about you. Not gonna waste my time with a man who doesn't believe in freedom of speech. Thank you.
I'm not into length. I'm
shirt.
more interested in girth.
She's all about that cock.
Pentuple likes
Need an inch and a
front
half diameter on that bad boy to even be interested. Okay.
What is happening? That's Jesus Christ.
I thought you said this wasn't monetized.
Yeah, if it wasn't, it's churning. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
What did I say?
Valentines, the inmates are running the prison. It's something going on here. Let's. Okay.
You've lit us.
It's okay. It's okay. JC's still in his cell.
Yeah.
I like my unfinished basement, but I keep getting bullied about it. I'm gonna have to do something about it.
Hey, listen, that's the best way. That's true love. Like, I get told all the time I'm fat. Maybe one day it'll hurt me enough. I'll go to the gym. It's how it works. Like, that's how you love your friends.
No.
I've been bullying Gibbs for 4 years. He's finally going.
Yeah,
bullying is base.
Wait, so you're saying 4 years from now, I'll finally put up some goddamn drywall?
Hopefully it's sooner, but it's all
I'll do that. You know what? I'll do that to celebrate Trump being out of office. I'll finish my basement. How about that? That's a solemn promise.
You can't even anchor your bookshelf, bro.
Hey,
so many earthquake hazards everywhere you go.
Hey, you might have missed your window, JC. A lot of those laborers are earthquakes. You can't just swing down to the Home Depot anymore and say, "Hey,
there's now earthquakes." I saw him fall over one time.
No, it's gonna be like the South Park movie where it's like, "Hey, I'll trade you some geology to fix my oven door."
Yeah,
It's gonna be like the South
let's
Park
reframe
movie
this
where
here.
they wanna target
Go ahead.
kids.
Okay, buddy. You got a question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's the next question? I feel like I'm just
Oh, yes, I do have a good question. Yes. Okay. So what is the biggest problem in the dating world today? What do we think that problem is? Is there a problem? Because it feels like there's a problem. What is the biggest issue?
I think I personally think everybody is just genuinely terminally online when it comes to how they perceive other people, how they connect to other people. I think a lot of people will let their understandings of like online communities plague their mind when it comes to interacting with people in real life. And, people are more complex than the online community in which they reside.
I think online is real life and we need to just accept it.
Wait, question.
I think online is real life to an extent, but I think there's the level of anonymity that people are given in online spaces allows them to act in ways that they wouldn't otherwise act in face-to-face interactions. And so I think there are some people who genuinely just spend so much time socializing online that they lose themselves in that and they stop being able to interact with people on a real level in person.
I actually, first of all, I counted that because I was socially online, and that just made me the most confident, outgoing person. Bro, I had e-sex so much that real sex just felt like I'd been practicing my whole life for it. So hey, let me tell you,
he's been training in the dojo.
So many people, if we didn't have
in the Discord dojo,
let me tell you. First of all,
he's gonna
jerk mate rant, but let me just keep it real with you real quick, okay? I've got an actual great thing here. So let's say so many people back before the internet, before the internet existed, right? Before the internet existed.
Let me bat him around a bit.
Hey, listen, bruv, you want to come up to the bat, you're going to get swung, okay? Let me tell you. Let me just
what are you going to do, Skinny? You're the only person I know that's thinner than you is me. What are you going to do?
You talk about height so much, I'm
fine could beat the shit out of you.
That's why you think
you're standing up right now, and you can't even fit your camera frame.
Wait, am I standing up? No, I'm not. No, I'm slouching.
Hey, thanks for being a good boy and doing what I
That's
told you to do.
Intellectual.
I'm getting a standing.
No,
it's actually it's just fucking
you
cold
in the brain, bro. You sound like you're holding your nose when you speak. Quit whimpering at me and being a bitch and let a real man speak.
Excuse me, sir. You're insulting my.
As a man who lives in a nation that doesn't have the freedom of speech.
Let him talk.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Okay, you can say what you want.
Guns, oi, mate. Ain't got no guns. Ain't got no freedom of speech.
JC, you can have a shotgun. I could still fucking tank it from you.
You got license for that TV, man.
I love this.
Couple when we go over to telly license.
To answer your question, I think everyone's brain went to technology because
first of all, they won't let me finish my book because they know I'm right. Okay, I know.
That's true.
Out here giggling at JC. You both got husband and wives. Chill out, okay? This ain't the cheating panel. You're both being unfaithful by giggling with each other. I'm a Mormon, so you guys being cringe.
That's cute.
Alright, so
shut the fuck up, okay? Let me just say, no, Tyler. Let me tell my fucking point. I'm keeping it real. Okay, I keep it real.
For the love of God.
Without the internet, you have a bunch of people like JC who are basement dwellers, never get outside the house, end up being 40 years old in card shops playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
You fucking idiot!
Hey, okay, shut the fuck up and stop crying at me. Yeah, you're married to who, bro? We've never even seen her, you lying fuck.
Oh yeah, you better get your wife up in this bitch, otherwise we don't believe you.
She doesn't even like the streaming.
Okay, let me finish my point before. Listen, my point is not being finished. Y'all love me so much you won't even let me speak.
Her PC's right next to mine.
I will finish this point even if it costs me my fucking life, because I am a freedom of speech man. You guys are trying to censor me like the UK.
You don't even know what it means, Brit Bonger. You don't even know what it means.
You guys are very American. Alright, so
these are worship words. You will not speak them.
You have basement dwellers, case example, Jay-Z, who lives next to his comic books and pretends Wonder Woman is his wife, okay? It's not happening. Anyway, so without that, you have all this. Now with the internet, with these days, you have all these people you talk to in Discord, you gain a social life, and yes, it gives the wrong people some confidence sometimes, and that's why you get weird fan interactions. But a lot of people who would never have the confidence, never have the social ability, never have the awareness to meet people online, because there are normal people online like me or like Gibbs, not JC, who would learn from people like me and Gibbs. And be, hey, wow, I'm a bit more social now. I can come out of my bubble. I can come outside. Oh, wow, this seems a lot more normal for me than sitting inside all day playing fucking WoW and being a fucking loser.
Wow.
Sounds like you're telling on yourself a little bit.
I don't think there's something wrong with the internet.
Basement dweller and Destiny clone allegations, and not me.
I just think it's easy to be consumed.
You just gotta be on every panel that I'm on, non-fun. I'm like a shield.
But a lot of people's online personalities are fake confidence.
It's easy to let your understanding of online communities and like what you read online to
okay, but even before
like
online,
plague your understanding of the real world. Like there are so many conversations I've had on Discord where people are like, nobody in real life is like that, and it's like every other fucking person you meet will be like that.
I've never heard that sentence ever.
More people should talk to people in real life.
I just gotta keep it real.
Unironically, that's just my whole point. Like, I think being online is fine. I just think you also have to understand that real life, like one-on-one interactions with people in real life, is different, and you have to be able to do both.
And shit. Before the internet was even involved, there's like cults and shit that did the same thing. There's groups in real life, there's communities in real life that fucking have the same opinions.
Why are you acting like I said being online is bad? I'm literally on a fucking Discord panel. You think I have an issue with being online?
Yeah, and you're
I think some people are just terminally online. Yeah, dummy.
You're terminally online. All of you are terminally online, and I'm better than all of you.
I actually have a pretty.
You know what? You know what you aren't though. You know what you aren't? American.
I
thought Toy Story Brittany Griner made a good point.
Never will be.
I guarantee I'm more American than you, JC. You are literally a fraction of my nutsack.
Show us the gun.
Hey! He can re all he wants. Okay.
Okay, real quick, can I answer Gibbs' question before we keep bickering?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Bring us back to this, like the meat.
And I think you guys are alluding to it a little bit. It's not the internet; it's the fact that the internet, like the people that were pre-internet, people like myself who grew up without even a fucking cell phone until I was like 21, we're not fully acclimated to this new system. Younger people are much more in tune with the internet. So I feel like this whole idea of like we need to get offline, talk to people more in real life. Everybody in this panel probably knows more than almost every single person I know in real life after living in 4 states over 37 years about politics. I come here to find people interested in politics like I am. Yeah.
You look so much younger.
You're actually a lot older than I thought too. Yeah.
I think you look 80.
I don't know if I agree completely. Because I think
how old do you say it was? 37?
Sometimes do 37. I do think people sometimes like convince themselves that interactions with other people in real life are exactly the same as they are online, especially if they've been socialized only in online spaces. I think there are a lot of people that like once they take something offline, there's just a different dynamic with people in real life than there is online. And it's not to say one is better than the other inherently, but if you're seeking out a romantic relationship especially, you have to understand you're going to see each other in real life. You're not just going to be talking online all the time. You have to be able to get along in real life.
Speak for yourself.
And
I don't
there's just more to a person. There's just more to a person than their online persona. That's really my main issue. I mean, like I agree there are people that aren't acclimated, but like there are people that are 18, 19, 20 who also aren't online all the time. who also aren't like terminally online in the same way that maybe some of us are. And, you know, they're going to think online people are fucking weird. They do think online people are weird.
Well, that's because we are.
I feel like they're the new normal. Honestly,
well, that's valid. Yeah.
Social media, bro. Social media stars are normal celebrities now. So I feel like social media. I think it's overlapped to the point where social media is normal.
I'll say this. I didn't realize. After doing the social media and the Twitch and like seeing some people behind the scenes, it's like really interesting. Like to see how like these cultures, like mini cultures, have evolved. Like I don't know, a few years ago, if you had told me that two people met up and were like dated because they were on Twitch, other than like maybe like the biggest names or like in Discord calls, I would have laughed in your face. And like now, I come on here and we have the Destiny fallout from basically Discord nudes being leaked. Like, and it's like, and then they actually met up and they smashed and all these different girls. And it's like, if you had told me this is a real thing, I would have laughed 5 years ago. Maybe that's because I'm like out of the loop or something. But I couldn't even believe it. Versus now.
Yeah.
You know,
one day we'll be able to talk about somebody else.
There's well, I'm just using it as an example. I didn't realize there was. I always thought there was this like barrier between like the online and like the real, and it doesn't seem like that exists anymore. It's like almost the parasocial is social.
I think the only barrier is that people behave differently depending on like the name that they like, depending on the name that's on their profile, depending on the communities that they're a part of, that they might behave differently. And so you're not always getting the complete image of somebody and how they act in real life when you're interacting with them online.
Yeah, but
that's really the only barrier that I see.
A whole lifetime, because look at celebrities. You think you know celebrities? No, they just show you what they want to see. That's just normal human behavior. It's just the fact that it's always online now. Like, but even on phone calls, like
well, exactly,
how many years has it been phone without being online? I just feel like the world. I don't even know.
Well, I agree. I think this probably was an issue when there was an implementation of phones, and people were like falling in love on the phone, and then they meet in real life and they'd be like, damn, I don't want to fuck this bitch. Like, I think this just happens when there's any sort of new technology, a new medium of interaction. It's just right now, like, we have this, massive blow up of online interactions that's kind of unprecedented. So, that's really all it is.
Facts.
Gotcha.
Well, one thing I'm going to say is, I mean, like, as you can see in the chat I posted, by the way, it was a graph that stated how couples meet in the United States. And right now, over 50% of people meet each other online when, in the past, like, the most common situation was through friends or work or the like, that kind of stuff.
Marriages are drastically down, but they are significantly more lasting when they happen. I think that online data you linked shows a better way for people to come together based on personality traits and not just, hey, my friend said you like each other and you got a nice
sure, yeah.
I don't think that's the basis of how they're meeting. I think that's because people don't feel pressured to get married as early, because when you look at the data, people get married at like 20, 22, right? That shit don't last if they've been together only a little bit of time first, right? As opposed to now, people are like, okay, I'm going to get married when I know that this is forever, when we're financially stable, when this, that, and the other. So obviously people are going to get less
I find it amusing,
but I do agree with.
I find it amusing to dwell in the statistical gray area of meeting my wife at a party I was invited to by another girl I met on Tinder. Mm-hmm. So I met her in real life by someone I met online.
Things that never happened. Show wife or she's fake.
And I do think.
Oh my god!
I do think
I told you.
I do think
you admitted live and in person to just like gooning constantly so hard that you never need to see a real woman. Like real
the e-sex allegations.
Also based, yeah. Also, it's way more efficient.
I don't even know if the allegations if he. Hold on, just to clarify.
He's the one alleging.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it allegations if they're admittance, like without even?
I haven't had e-sex.
I didn't say allegations.
It's allegations.
Is he calling them allegations? They're not allegations if you said that's what happened.
Yeah. Back in my day, we used to have phone sex.
It's allegations until he personally asked to see my knockers. Or
yeah, he wants to see my wife's knockers, or else I'm not married.
Hey, that's still on the table, right?
I wouldn't want to see Wonder Woman's knockers, bro. Open up that comic book. Look, here's my wife, bro. Shut the fuck up, you loser. You can't even ride the light.
You're so creative. You can only make insults based on what you can immediately see. Wow, you are way. I've met my match for sure.
Shrinking array like a fucking sleep paralysis demon. You little freak.
No, I'm building a Warhammer miniature. Thanks, you guys give us these, by the way.
My girlfriend loves these Warhammer miniatures. You ain't got no wife. Quit lying about your life, okay?
She doesn't, but I let her buy like Taylor Swift cardigans. So.
Free the nipple.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
It's one of those mutual exchanges that we were talking about.
Taylor Swift, the most popular woman artist ever.
If we want to talk about stories of meeting people that we're with, I have the probably the cringiest story. So cringe will die.
Valentines-y.
Yeah,
Sure.
very Valentines-y.
Yeah,
so back in high school, I used to be one of those kids who'd be in history discords. You know, the type that there'd be a music bot in the Discord. This is like 2016 to 2018. And like people would play on the Discord, like the history discords where people would play like what's it called? Like Serbia Strong every like 15 minutes and like random USSR anthem all the time. That kind of cringy child. I was one of those. And I was at a high school robotics competition, and who is now my husband was wearing a Soviet military surplus Ushanka, and I thought it was super cool. And at the time, I was a Maoist, so I was like,
I'm gonna vomit.
And we started talking. Yeah, we've been together for almost 8 years, so you know.
Why do you think I got up? I felt
fucking kinky in high school, weren't you?
I literally got up to vomit. I knew it was coming.
I want to take you guys for your honeymoon up on a helicopter.
I don't know what any of those words meant.
We both wanted that. No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna take you to Cuba.
I was waiting. Modi was just staring. He's like, I still don't even know what happened.
He's trying to figure out what you can hook up with from what else is in frame.
What are you talking about?
As a terminally online person, maybe if I wasn't terminally online, I would have a more healthy relationship with women. On the other hand, I don't know about Mr. Knockoff Tommy Innit, but I have the most YouTube subscribers here, and that's more valuable than any.
How many YouTube subs do you have?
I don't know, but I have 1,200.
I have 2,500, so suck my cock.
Okay, no, damn. Okay.
How many viewers you got right now?
Don't take that from him, non-fun. Don't take it.
Did he just blow you out the water?
73.
Don't take that from him.
You look like a Minecraft YouTuber, you pervert. Don't speak to me.
Me? Wait, you literally, you do look like Tommy Innit.
Let me tell you, non-pon, you can say you've got no pussy, okay? Non-pon. No pon for you.
Oh, wow. Incredible.
Wait, who is
Hey, Gibbs, where did you find this comedic brilliance?
So, actually, true story. Modi is from a roast show. It makes sense. We did roast shows, and so he's a roast streamer. He does all sorts of streaming.
He's an idiot.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you find JC listening to Drake these days. What?
Wait, isn't Drake? Hold on, isn't Drake your favorite artist?
Why are you cooking me, bro?
This man has I've been literally sending him Super Bowl memes. He's like, it was not good.
I actually didn't have anything to say there. Thanks, Gibbs.
I got you back. We got to get some fairness going here.
I'm not surprised that fucking Big Mouth hasn't got anything to say. You look like a character from Big Head.
Oh my.
Oh, you're getting cooked real bad now. You on the grill, little boy. Honestly, I don't even think I can be bullying you. I feel like a predator, bro. You look 12.
Don, fine. Don't take it from him. Just
the big J.
What?
Hey, listen.
Who is Tommy?
Who
is Tommy?
He's distracted by his 1.2 thousand viewers.
This motherfucker alone this whole show. I left him alone the whole show, and this motherfucker is dead, big nose, staring me in the face.
The Second Amendment.
Whoa, because I'm Jewish.
Burgers.
First of all,
fireworks.
I'm also Jewish.
Red, white, and blue. Wait, what did he just say?
I'm not even.
Oh my god, the ghost.
How could you claim that, bro?
I vote Modi.
What the fuck did he just say?
Yeah. Well, I think that's about as good a time to end as any. I don't fucking have anything after that.
Holy
but,
shit.
Perfect timing here, because Modi is hosting a show tomorrow
I don't
Called?
know any of these people here.
Yeah,
Maybe,
well-
I don't even want to chat. You know,
Hey, Modi, we're brothers now. We're brothers now.
That's okay,
in my
buddy. I've
chat,
had plenty.
you're getting
I've had my
permanently
share,
banned.
my fill. Okay, you're all good.
Listen,
Tell 'em what you
JC,
do tomorrow.
You better hope I never come on the show again because you will never live this down. You got bullied by a non-political bro.
You're
I
right.
took your ball and I kicked it into the goal.
um,
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Absolutely, absolutely based.
Next time I'm here, you better pull your wife up or she's fake.
Oh, true. No, she's not
I
real.
want
You
your
got
wife
me.
to say, I am
She lives in
JC's
Canada
wife.
and goes to another school. You got me. I'm
And
sorry.
it's funny,
I lied.
It's funny that you talk about gun licenses when you can't even get one.
I live
You
in
absolute
Canada
fraud.
too.
You
I'm
play
so
with
sorry,
Nerf guns,
everybody.
little man.
Time
What
to come
school do you
clean.
go to?
You look like the
It's
Game
the
of
other
Thrones
one in
dwarf.
Canada.
You
I
look
go to
like
the
the
other
Game of
one. She
Thrones
didn't go to
dwarf.
my school.
She goes to.
Well,
Okay,
this has been a very productive panel today. I'm very happy. Anyway, Modi, tell us what the show is
Did you
tomorrow.
expect?
No more microbangs.
Yeah,
I just
no more
wanted to close with that.
No
I'm getting,
microbangs.
this motherfucker is Tyrion
Idiot.
Lannister talking shit to me. Don't speak to me, Tyrion.
All right. On that note,
show
let me
tomorrow
just-
is about it's about something that most of you don't understand with your imaginary wives. It's about finding love for a wonderful, beautiful Asian woman called Alice. She is a passport bro. She's a Canadian and she's looking to outsource somewhere else. So if you want to watch someone else find what you guys struggle to, there you go. Tomorrow, Gibbs is going to be on there. He might be the winner.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
And
gonna be very
before
entertaining.
anything, I know Margin Buck has been talking on my nuts this whole time. You still got that big cock in your mouth from last time, little bro. Take another 6-month break from the chat. Alright. Anyway, that's it from me. Goodbye.
Okay, that's wonderful.
American only panel. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, don't ever let that guy back on. No more until he gets his green card. Okay.
I thought he was
I thought
funny,
he was
but
great.
yeah, disgusting foreigner. Absolutely.
Ethnic
he did
supremacy
fantastic.
only.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did
America
this thing-
first, please, Gibbs.
America first. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it was. I found it very entertaining, to be totally honest.
Well, I'm not MAGA,
Brittany
but
Griner go?
I think I get camped last. I think that was the agreement we had.
Camp last.
Yeah, I
Did
get
we
sent
lose
to the
Brittany
camp
Griner?
last.
Oh, good. I hope.
Well, no, I'm sorry. They don't really like women, Katya. I'm sorry. I
just wanted to
hate to
point
break it
out-
to you, but
Like, I come from a different
Ugh.
generation. Like, you guys get to e-goon online and do that e-sex stuff. Back in my day, we had to use a landline. Your mom could pick up the phone and hear you having phone sex with your
Yeah,
girlfriend at 14.
Do you
Bad
remember?
time.
Do you remember the track phones? Or it was like
Yeah.
50 cents, like a minute, like a half a minute.
Yes.
That shit was awful, bro.
I still buy heroin through one.
Yeah,
Bro.
well, that's good to know.
Jesus Christ,
In
Tyler.
GTA, obviously.
Hey, Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
in Roblox
Oh
In
my.
Minecraft.
from
Those
a
are good.
minor.
Mhm. What?
In Minecraft from a
And
minor.
Minecraft, there's minors in Minecraft.
Yeah,
Jesus
Gibbs. Don't you play video game? Come on,
Christ, bro.
granddad. You only play League of fucking Legends.
I play.
Oh my
I play
God.
lots of
Yes.
games. I play a lot of games.
Yeah, like what?
Specifically with women because I'm toxic. That's mainly the favorite one. It's just be problematic the whole time.
Oh, you play games with women. I see.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's-
inappropriate.
Yeah, it's called chess.
I
You might have heard it.
understand.
You ever heard of that? Chess, poker. These are good games. You know.
Does it require like the weird sex dice? I'm scared.
Don't worry about it. You know, it's what are you on the feds? Goddamn, bro. Like
I ain't no fed. I'm
We ain't
just
getting
how
no
you do,
exposés
fellow
over here.
kids.
yeah, that was good. It was good. But on that note, I'm going to read out into someone who's streaming still. Non-fod, but Temple, y'all gonna be streaming for a while. Which one? Either one?
I'm gonna be getting off in a little bit. So
Non-fod, are you be streaming for a while?
he
I
needs
don't
it.
know. Let me.
He needs the raid.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'll
He
stream
needs
for a
it.
little bit. I'll be gaming, but I'll be streaming.
He'll do
I
it for
need
the
it.
raid. He'll literally
Raid
stay
time
alive
for the
after
end.
the
We gotta
raid.
get those. We gotta get those many YouTube subscribers up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sad we didn't get any tits.
Yeah, we gotta get those viewers to stay around sometime.
Yeah, we gotta get.
They
Hey,
come to the lives. It's weird.
oh yeah, now I want. Yeah, everybody's been getting their cats. Now I want to go get my cat.
I want
Oh,
some
yeah.
knocker.
My
There's
cat
not-
can't come in the basement because there's fucking dirt and filth down here.
She's such a long cat.
Oh wait, I'm
too,
sorry.
look at that.
My
I'm gonna
prison
get
cell.
my cat.
Oh my God, Pentuple, your
No,
fucking
sir, my
cat
cat
is
is-
adorable.
Yeah,
This is little Susie.
Beautiful cat.
is that a
She's the
chick?
one that
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my
brings
God!
everything together.